are, Coach Betty Rocker here. Welcome to today's full body blast. We have such a fun workout to do today, and you won't need much, just some space to move. Optionally, an elevated surface. I've got an ottoman here from my living room, great option to have. And I've also got some assorted weighted objects. I'm using dumbbells today. If you have some options of dumbbells, get some different amounts of weight. If you have water bottles, water jugs, laundry jugs, anything around the house that can serve in place of dumbbells, that's also great. Nothing can stop you from doing this workout. Make sure that you are fueled coming into your workout and that you have a good plan for nourishing yourself as you go through the day. Maybe you use some of my wholesome Betty Rocker brand Whole Betty protein powders to support your intake of protein, which is really an important essential macronutrient that will make sure that you have all the amino acids you need for thinking and brain power, hormone and enzyme function, your immune system, and of course muscle protein synthesis. So be sure that you're really paying attention to all four pillars of health: sleep, nutrition, stress management, and exercise. And that will make your workouts and the exercise pillar even more effective. If you just focus on workouts all the time and don't focus on these other things, you really won't see the results of your efforts nearly as much. So remember, you're worth it, it's holistic. Let's get right into this. Now our first move is gonna be a slow burpee with a bicep curl. So what I encourage you to do, think about how much resistance you wanna use for those bicep curls and place the weights on either side of the top of the mat or where you're planning to be when you're gonna do the bicep curl. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna stand up, picking up our weights and do that bicep curl. So as a start, I'm gonna go ahead and do a nice slow burpee, and I'm gonna use my elevated surface to get me started and warmed up. Bending the knees, stepping or walking out to that tall plank, adding in a push-up, coming back, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop my heels down, pick up my weights, come to standing tall, shoulders back, curl, and bend the knees. Plant the hands either on your elevated surface or down on the mat. Step your feet back. Give me a push-up. Step your feet in. Stand tall, keeping the weight loaded back in your heels. Bicep curl. Bend the knees. Now we're gonna keep these slow. You're welcome to add in a jump if you're just feeling feisty and you're like, yeah, I need more energy right now. Feel free, but I'm gonna keep these a slow, controlled burpee. I'm really focusing on warming up the body and adding in that strong bicep curl. Step your feet in, load the weight in your heels, chest upright before standing up, because remember, you're standing up holding weight, so you're getting a little bonus squat action. Let's do one more like this, pushing it up, stepping it in, standing tall, curl, release, and go ahead and bend the knees to set those weighted objects down. We're gonna come right back down onto the mat and come into a side position with your elbow down underneath your shoulder. And you have an option here. You can keep your knee down or you can keep your foot down. I'm gonna start with the knee down, and I'm gonna grab a light piece of resistance. This could be a water bottle, a light water bottle. This could be just your fist. And I'm gonna lift up and bring my arm up and open. Now, a couple of important points here. As you're lifting up, I want you to imagine that your butt is up against a glass pane window. And I want you to make sure that your back and butt remain in that position as if you had a plane of glass behind you. So that means you're not rotating your hip forward or back, that you're not twisting your body too much, and that each time you bring that arm up behind you, you feel your back muscles working. You're bringing your arm up to that plated glass window behind you. We're not gonna break the window, don't worry, it's shatterproof glass. Last one. On this side, nice job. Lower it down. Let's go ahead and come over to the other side using the same position you used on the first side you started with. So if you had your knee down, keep your knee down on this side. We're gonna do this 2 more times. You have plenty of time to build up, or feel free if you're already up on the side of your foot, that's great too. Lift up. We're gonna keep those hips nice and square. So we're not gonna allow our body to rotate forward or back at the hip. or the torso. Great job. Nice straight line all the way down your back. Lifting and really using the muscles between your shoulder blades to lift up in this motion as you sweep that light resistance up and away from you. Nice. Think of a reverse fly. Think of the similarity that this has to a reverse fly when you're standing and hinged at the hips, right? We're working the same muscles between our shoulders, allowing gravity to give us a little extra resistance. Last one, lower down with control. Great job. Take that resistance object or take anything you have, set it right in the middle of your mat. Stand tall, coming to the left or right side of your mat. It's okay, doesn't matter which side you start on. And we're gonna do lateral barrier jumps or lateral barrier step overs. So the jump, you're just gonna jump side to side. If you're doing that step over, give me a squat, then a big step over, squat on the other side, step over, squat. Okay, you've got options. Low impact or high impact. Land lightly. Work on keeping your weight back, keeping your chest up, just like you would in a regular squat. I know the tendency might be to lean forward here. Don't do it. Keep your core engaged. Keep up the great work. Come on, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, right on. Okay, that was round one. Set yourself up for the slow burpee with the bicep curl. Round two. Remember, option to use that elevated surface. Kneeling push-ups also are gonna work great. Your choice. Since we just did a little cardio move, let your heart rate come down a little bit here. Get yourself hydrated. Now, while I'm gonna be using whole Betty protein powders throughout different days, either in a smoothie, maybe in my protein pancakes, because I wanna make sure I've got all the aminos I need in my dietary intake throughout the day. As a bonus, because I'm 45, I'm adding in Rock and Restore, which is my essential aminos. So they're free-form aminos. They go straight into the body. There's really no calories in this, so it's not like a workout drink that's gonna give you a bunch of energy or be hard to digest. Really simple, just goes to where you need it. And I say because I'm 45 and I'm using this is because I didn't use this when I was a little younger, because as we get older, our body doesn't absorb the amino acids in the food that we eat as much or as readily, so we need to increase our intake a bit. This is just one of the ways I do that. Stand tall, brace your core, bend the knees, come down. Give me a tall plank or kneeling push-up. Nice job. Step your feet back in. Get in a good position. Shoulders back. Core braced. Stand tall. Give me a bicep curl. Keeping those elbows in close to your body. Send your hips back. Step it out. Options again. Kneeling push-up, tall push-up, elevated push-up. Your choice. Step it in. Stand tall. Curl those arms up to your shoulders. Bend the knees. Let's do that elevated push-up again, just for a reminder. Let's step it in, squat it down, curl. So many options. None are wrong. It's also not wrong to switch out of something more challenging and to go back and forth between the more challenging to the less challenging. Give your body a chance to build strength. You got this. Even when we get stronger, we still have days where we're more tired, days where we need a little bit less intensity. Listen to your body. You can do this. You can listen to your body. It's the most important part of all we do. Last one. Stand tall, curl. Great job. Set those weighted objects off to the side, always bending the knees so we protect our back. We get used to that in a workout. It'll come more naturally in your day-to-day life. A lot of functional movements that we work on in here. You got this. Okay, side plank snatch. So come on back down to your side. And remember, you have the option to be down on your knee and elbow, or you can also come up to your feet. You can scissor your feet if that's more comfortable. You can also come up onto your hand and your foot at the same time. This is going to be the most challenging. We'll see how many I do. Gonna lower down, and then we're gonna lift up and open up the arm. Nice. Lift, lower. Make sure that you feel secure through your elbow or hand. You can take a soft fist. If you are up on your hand and that helps you, you can take any variation. You could be elbow and feet. You could be hand and knee. You could be knee and elbow like we were in the first round. All of these work. I just want you to focus on keeping your hips really square. Don't let your body rotate forward or back. And lift up, lower down. We're gonna switch to the other side. Now, a lot of people think that if they're not doing it the most challenging way, or as fast as the instructor is, or whatnot, that they're not gonna get as good of a workout. This is not true. What you're gonna do is challenge your body to the point where it goes past its ability to work. Other muscles will compensate. You will get injured, or you'll create more inflammation in your body than is really necessary and that doesn't help you really get stronger. So always work within your limits. I too have limits. I mean, there's probably a way harder version of doing this workout or this move that I'm not doing. I'm doing what I can do. There's gonna be some days where you'll see me taking more mods because I need them, because I know that exercise is a healthy stress when we ourselves are healthy, and we always want to remember that. So do what you can do. Allow your body, thank your body as it gets stronger, as it moves through different seasons. You got this. Last two. Last one. So strong. Amazing job. Let's do that lateral barrier jump. Now I'm going to challenge myself this time and put my barrier straight up and down so that I have to jump over it. That should be fun. We'll see how I do if I don't knock it over. Are you ready? Get set. Remember, you can squat and step over it too. Ready? Here we go. Get those feet up and over. Great job. Land lightly. Awesome work. Come on. Woo. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Move that piece of resistance out of the way. Have a quick breather. Have some water. Have some aminos. Support your body. Feel your heart rate come down. You got this. One thing I put on my new shaker bottles: love your body, nourish your mind, rock your life. That's my slogan. I really like it. I like seeing it too while I'm nourishing myself, because I like thinking about how we nourish our mind with positive thoughts and positive intentions and gratitude for all our body does, so we can get away from that outdated mentality of beating ourselves up for every perceived flaw. That's why we're flawsome, right? Yes. Okay, last set, best set. We're gonna rock those slow burpees with a bicep curl. So I'm gonna start out by setting myself up for success with placing my weighted objects on either side about where I think my hands are gonna end up. I'm gonna stand tall, core braced, bend the knees, plant your hands on the floor or your elevated surface, step it back. Option to drop down to the knees, give me a push up, step it back in, brace yourself, come up, curl with your arms. Nice job. Bend your knees, brace your core, step back, hands below shoulders, push it up, step it in, up, shoulders are back and down in their sockets as if they were up against a wall, core is braced. Step it back, core is braced in your plank, kneeling, tall or elevated, great job. Curl them in, squat it down, keep your back straight, don't arch your back. Brace, push up, this is your last one. Finish it strong. Curl, release. Nice job. Bend the knees. Last set of that side plank snatch. Grab your weighted object. You can also be doing this with no weight at all. You're still gonna get a workout with just a soft fist. So we're gonna come down, elbow and knee, hand and leg. Drop your hip down, and as you lift your hip up, open up. And you may find that when you're up on your foot, you just feel like you have less control. You can't keep your hips stable. And that's a good sign to drop it back down to the knee and work on that stability there. If you're finding that you're up in this position and you've got good control, great. Keep working on it, keep focusing on it. Stay stable, don't be afraid to readjust your position as needed, to drop the weight, to change to a different difficulty. It's all good. You've got this. Last 3, 2, last one. Woo! So strong. Let's do the other side. This is the last chance, last opportunity. Up and open. Really being super aware of how our back and hips, both the top and bottom hip, are aligned as if they were pressed up against a plane of glass behind you. And as you open that arm up behind you, we're not going farther than that glass. Good. So many options. So strong. Up and down. Come on, you got this. Finish it strong. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Woo! Nice. All right, last set of the barrier jumps. We're gonna get that heart rate back up. Then we're gonna move on to our second circuit. So come to standing, get yourself comfortable and in position. Got your barrier to jump over or step over. Send your hips back into that nice squat position and come on over to the other side. Repeat, landing lightly. Remember, all of the exercises that we do are a practice. It's a practice, don't worry if it's not perfect. It's good, you're here. Celebrate yourself, thank your body. Woo! Let's go. Up and over, up and over. Yes, so fun. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a bow. Yes, amazing. Woo! Okay, catch your breath. Let's talk about our second circuit, and the first move is called the KANG squat. And that's a combination of a squat, a deadlift, and we're gonna add a row to it as well, because we're really strengthening that posterior chain today. And if you've been taking Iron Betty 1, the challenge in Rock Your Life, know that what's coming next is Iron Betty 2. And in Iron Betty 2, I'm teaching a whole series of posterior chain focused workouts every week. So that's gonna be a really fun way for you to continue to build on the progress that you've made in Iron Betty 1, and also really develop some serious back strength, glute strength, hamstring strength, all the back stuff that helps support your posture and alignment. So get excited for that. Okay, the KANG squat. Grab something that is not like the heaviest weight, but that you feel comfortable doing a back pull row. Let's go ahead and stand tall, shoulders back and down in their sockets as if they were up against a wall, core braced. These things are important. Feet are just about hip distance apart, and we're just gonna go ahead and squat it down from here, and then lift your hips up, straightening your legs, keeping your weighted objects in close to your shins. From here, let's pull both of our arms back, elbows back, and then come to standing. Good. Rotate your hands out so that they're outside of your hips. Send your hips back again, squat. Lift your hips, keeping the weights in close to your shins. Give me that back pull row. Keep the weights in close to your shins and drive up. Feel how that works your glutes. Same sequence. Up, very important, keep the weights close to your body. Drop your hips back, squat. Hips come up, and we row. And powerfully drive up. Squat, pop, row, and stand. squat, pop, keep the core braced, keep your back flat as if you were gonna serve a tray on your back and it wasn't gonna slide down. Funny analogy, but that always helps me as a former waitress. Back, and last one, you can do it. Squat, hips up, keep that core braced, row, come up, done. Really nice job. Bend the knees to set down the weighted objects. Now our next move is really powerful for the core and also for just a nice stable move for your chest. You can do this down on the mat. If you're comfortable doing regular push-ups, great. We're not doing push-ups here, but we are gonna hold our body up. So I'm going to start with an elevated position, and we're going to jump our knees in twice, then we're going to jack our feet out twice. Low impact version, knee, knee, step, touch, jump, jump, in, out, jump, jump, in, out. Stick with that lower impact version, or do the high impact version, your choice. Remember, you have lots of options. Last one, finish strong. Good. Lower down. Now we're gonna keep that elevated surface close by. We're gonna come into some hip thrusts. So brace your back up against your elevated surface. Go ahead and place a weighted object across your lap, and let's find where our feet should be in their optimal position. So we want to have, when we come up into this reverse tabletop, this hip thrust, that our knees are at a 90-degree angle. Do a few like that, then transfer your weight over to your right hip crease. Extend your left out. Keep your hips super stable. Don't allow this left leg lifting to be a cue for your body to suddenly drop your left hip off to the left side. We want a very stationary, stable, flat hip. You can do 8 to 12 reps just like this. You got it. Great work. When you get to the top of your rep range, you're going to switch that weight over to your left hip crease, extend your right leg out, and continue forward. Now keep in mind that this move is extremely challenging with or without resistance. So if you're like, I really don't have resistance, you can do more reps on a single leg. You're probably going a little faster than I am anyway without any resistance, so just do more reps. It's all good. Plenty of ways to have an effective workout. Last two for me. Feel free to go beyond me with the reps. Feel free to stop before me. It's your workout. You're listening to your body. Woo! Have a breather. You've now learned all the moves in our second circuit. Now, how did those KANG squats feel? Did you feel like you chose a good amount of resistance for yourself, or do you want to go up a little bit, or maybe down? This is your chance to adjust, to calibrate. Remember, we're going to start with our core braced, our shoulders back, feet just a little bit wider than hip distance. We're going to squat, keeping our chest up, then we're going to come into that stiff-legged deadlift position. Very important that the weights stay in close to the body. We do a row. We use our hips to drive ourselves up. We repeat. Woo! Looks like I got a little excited there and didn't do my row in the bent over position. That's because I'm so awesome. You have options though, you do. If you wanted to do an upright row, that would be fine. I just want you to get that row in there. Up, squeeze the butt, bend the knees. Nice, strong squat position coming into your deadlift. And this is all happening in your glutes. You're going to keep that core braced. You're going to stay strong and stable. And powerfully come up. Last one. Good. Up. And bend the knees to set down the weighted objects. Plank jump-ins to plank jacks, round 2. Option to come up and elevate your body. Option to come down. You really don't have a kneeling option with this move because of what we're doing with the knees that's imperative to the movement itself. So, elevated or down on the mat. Low impact or high impact, ready, go. In, 2 times, out, 2 times. Keep your hips low and level. Keep your head and neck nice and neutral. Don't look down. Make sure your hands are stacked just below your shoulders. We're not here for long. You got this, come on. 2 times in, 2 times out. Last 3, 2, and 1. Woo! So good. Okay, hip thrusts. Here we go. Round 2. Catch your breath. And again, another opportunity to say, okay, the weight I chose in the last set was too light, too heavy. You get to update it. I like to do 1 or 2 with both legs down just to test that my position is good for my feet. And then I'm going to start again, putting my weighted object over in my right hip crease and lifting and lowering. Nice job. Don't let that hip rotate down. Count your reps. Try to get the same number as last time, unless you went up in weight and then maybe you get a few less reps. Progressive overload, which is what we use in a lot of my programs, is where we work within a rep range so that we can track how many reps we do with each time we do the workout, or each time we do the move. And you see yourself get stronger when you're able to add more weight to the move within the rep range, or you're able to add more reps with the same weight. It's super easy to do, super effective and fun, and it's a great progression up. Last one for me. Woo! We're gonna go back through that entire circuit one more time. We got this. Choose the weight that you want to use for your KANG squat combo. Rehydrate, refuel. Think nice thoughts to yourself. Supportive thoughts, affirming thoughts. Whew. Here we go. Bend the knees, grab your weighted objects. Foot stance in a squat position, shoulders back and down. Brace your core, squat, hinge, row, stand. Squat, hinge, row, stand. Keep your core braced, use your glutes. Keep those weighted objects in close to your body. This will help protect your back. Squat, hinge, row, stand. Really use the strength of your glutes when you stand. You should feel them. They're like the perfect hinge. Great job. Row, stand. Squat, hinge, row, stand. Awesome job. Last one. Hinge, row, stand. Beautiful. Okay, bend the knees. Set those weighted objects off to the side. We're gonna do our last set of jump-ins and jacks. You're right at the end of this workout. You're doing amazing. Plant your hands below your shoulders, whether they're elevated or down on the mat. Find a strong core, flat back, and knees in 2 times, feet out 2 times. You can step or you can jump. Keep that core braced. Keep your hips low and level, head and neck neutral. So good, so strong. Come on, last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Great job. Catch your breath. Breathe. Woo! I'm feeling it, my friends. Strong cardiovascular system really serves you well. I love those little bursts. Okay, we're gonna do our last move, hip thrusts. So get yourself in your hip thrust position, brace your back, usually right around the bottom of your scapula is where you want the corner of your couch or ottoman to be. Find a good position once again for your feet. Do a couple with both feet on the ground, and then transition so that your weighted object is just on your right hip crease. And that's when you're gonna start counting your reps. I know you can hear me breathing here. This is no picnic. You are rocking this workout. So great. Keep up the awesome work. Come on. 8 to 12 reps. Focus. Get as many as you can with this amount of weight. Woo! And when you get to the top of your rep range, switch to the other leg and complete the same number of reps on the other side. Curl it up. Squeeze the glute. Hamstrings working. Glute max is working. Your core is bracing you here. Lots of accessory muscles, even your calves are helping out. Great job. Last 3, 2, and 1. Or, as always, feel free to do your correct number of reps. Catch your breath. Woo! Amazing work. Okay, do you want one last little challenge? I know you do. We're gonna challenge ourselves with 10 squat presses, just 10. Last final little blast or a little push. Grab some weighted objects you feel comfortable going up overhead with, okay? We're gonna use that good strong squat form. Squat it back, press it up. Palms can stay facing each other here, or they can, of course, press forward. Count your reps. Keep breathing. You got this. Last one. Just get to 10. Really nice job. Bend the knees. Set your weighted objects down. You just totally rock that. Woo! Amazing work in today's workout, Rockstar. Thank you so much for joining me. Like we talked about at the beginning of this workout, I just want to remind you to really nourish your body today. Make sure that you're eating whole foods as much as possible. And if you're supplementing, make sure your supplements come from a good quality source made with ingredients that you recognize. Of course, I recommend Whole Betty because that's my brand. I made these products to use myself, to share with my friends and family, and most importantly with you. So please check them out. You can find them on my website and anywhere online. Really hope I get to do a workout with you sometime soon. Check out Rock Your Life, my online home workout studio and women's fitness community, where we talk about all 4 pillars of health, and we really provide you with a lot of support on your fitness and health journey, which is really what I want for you, is for you to feel supported and for you to feel good as you train, as you work towards goals, as you go through different seasons of your life. We all need support, and I think having a balanced, empowering community of women is just one of the greatest things ever, and that's why I've created Rock Your Life. And all of the amazing challenge programs, all of the amazing classes in the class library. There's over 1,000 workouts to choose from of all types, and I really, really want to welcome you to try that out, and I want to make it really easy for you. That's why there's a 30-day trial, so you can really check everything out. Take your time, see what you think, maybe start a challenge, maybe take an entire challenge. It's all there for you, just waiting for you to use. So I look forward to seeing you there. As always, I'm Betty Rocker. You are so awesome and amazing. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.